The Adventure of Tiny Tuck Kid's Story Bedtime Story. In the bustling kingdom of Meadowvale, there lived a mouse named Tuck. Unlike the other mice, who preferred quiet lives in their burrows, Tuck dreamed of grand adventures. The walls of his home were covered with maps he'd sketched of places he'd never been but longed to explore. One sunny morning, news spread through the kingdom. The royal treasure had been stolen by a sly fox named Felix. The king promised a great reward to anyone who could retrieve it, but none of the knights dared to chase the clever fox. "This is my chance," Tuck squeaked to himself. Though he was small, he was determined. Armed with a tiny satchel of breadcrumbs and a needle for protection, Tuck set off on the trail. He followed the fox's tracks through the forest, over a roaring river, and into a shadowy cave. Inside the cave, Tuck found a series of riddles etched on the walls. The first riddle read, "I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. What am I?" Tuck thought for a moment. "A fire," he exclaimed, and spotted a torch nearby. Lighting it revealed a hidden path deeper into the cave. As Tuck ventured further, he faced more riddles and tricky obstacles. His small size and sharp wit helped him navigate traps that would have stopped anyone else. Finally, he reached a chamber filled with glittering gold, and Felix, the sly fox, lounging atop the treasure. Felix laughed when he saw Tuck. "A mouse? You think you can take this treasure?" Tuck stood tall. "You may be big, but you're not as clever as me." He tossed a handful of breadcrumbs onto the ground. Felix, always hungry, pounced on the crumbs. While the fox was distracted, Tuck used his needle to snip the ropes holding a large net above. It fell, trapping Felix. Triumphant, Tuck dragged the treasure back to Meadowvale. The kingdom erupted in cheers, and the king declared Tuck the bravest adventurer in all the land. Though Tuck was offered a grand knight's armor as his reward, he chose something simpler, a tiny compass, to guide him on his next adventure.